Hey guys, Isaac here, and as I'm watching like EarthBound stuff, I've been starting to become a huge fan of the game, probably because of all the dark and creepy elements that's behind this supposed cute and cuddly game. Well, it's cute and cuddly in the very beginning, until you beat the Titanic ant from Giant Step, and I just want to tell you. Who thought a children's game on the Super Nintendo could contain police brutality, animal abuse, well, in this one, in the Japanese version, child abuse, really weird theory about the final boss, which I'll mention at the end of this video, I forgot to mention, cultists, yeah. Okay, so what I want to mention first is the police brutality moment in EarthBound. So, once you finish Giant Step, you find a policeman standing in front of the Giant Step opening, and he tells you to go to the Onett police station. So, in the storyline, if you go to Ness goes to the hotel and hears Paula talking to him in his dream, and then he goes to the Onett police station, and this cop, which is Chief Captain Strong, he tells you to follow him if you want to go to Tucson, but he isn't telling you to follow him to actually lead you to Tucson. He's leading you into a brutal fight against 5 of his best men. While this battle may be hard for most of you, I am not usual. This is actually literally the easiest fight I have ever played in any video game ever. I think it might be because I had a ton of money and I bought tons of hamburgers. Who knows, I was probably eating my hamburgers and using PSI Life Up a bunch. Anyway, they even brutally say things to you. They're just like, "Yeah, hey small fry, you must be shaking your boots." Now, after you finish the police fight, Captain Strong radios his staff to tell him to open the roadblocks to Tucson. And when you go there and go to the Polestar preschool, you notice that Paula has been kidnapped by a chubby kid. Well, that's what his dad says. And who do you think that is? If you notice what I was spelling with my fingers there, then you're very lucky. And if you're... So let me just tell you what I just said. Pokey. In the beginning of the game, he tells you to help him find his brother because he got lost in the woods when Pokey was taking him to see a giant meteorite that landed. So Pokey tells you to come to find Picky, and it turns out that Picky the entire time was hiding behind a tree and thought that Pokey got scared and ran away. Are you starting to understand how dark this game really is? Well, wait till I get to this part. When you go into the Happy Happy Village, you notice that it's no ordinary village that you would usually go to and you find like tan houses and brown roofs and stuff. This time, it's turquoise roofs, blue houses, and the people are freaking weird in Happy Happy Village. And also when you go there, there's a little office in Happy Happy Village that's completely blue, and in there you can actually find Paula's parents in there. If you don't know who Paula is, she's the first character that you get in your party after fighting the boss of Happy Happy Village. And when you'll notice it, you can go in one room, and this entire room is full of happyists, or as the game calls it, insane cultists. And some of them even tell you not to go to heaven and then attempt to kill you by slapping paint on your face. And if this was real life, Ness would be blue on his cheeks. Anyway, when you finish that area, you go to fight Mr. Carpenter, the owner of the Happy religious group. And instead of fighting you with a sword, just like the other ones, he fights you with a paint thing. And he can also control lightning, which is also a good thing because Mr. Carpenter is very easy because of that. There's a reason why. But wait, I think I just skipped it. Oh yeah, right. When you go to Happy Village, the first thing you see is an old cabin. You go in there and you see that Paula is in a jail, and she gives you a Franklin badge. And when you go outside, guess who you see? Pokey, and two happyists and a spiteful crow. Why those stupid spiteful crows? Anyway, speaking of the spiteful crows, at that moment the spiteful crows would usually be running away from you, but these ones don't. Probably because they're more powerful than the one-at ones. Also, Pokey tells you that he's very happy to join the Happy religious group and says that he's not going to fight you, but those happyists behind you will. And they go all out on you. They're just like, and they just like come and get you. All three of them. The happyists and the spiteful crow. Also, now I'm going to mention another thing. When you beat Mr. Carpenter and save Laura, you go to the next town. And there really isn't much theories after this, except for the fact that some of the music in EarthBound is kind of related to actual songs. Like, for example, the Megaton Walk, Tequila by the Champs, and I'm thinking about it still. I said Tequila by the Champs. I meant to say Battle Against a Weak Opponent. So that's similar to Tequila. Now this one's gonna be kind of commonly what you probably expected when I started this video. The one thing that made me a fan of this game. Yes, I am talking about the very disgusting and brutal and bloody Gygas theory. Now, Gygas actually been in the creator's head since he was a kid, and he was apparently inspired from what he thought was a rape scene when he walked to the wrong movie theater as a kid, and this really terrified the crap out of his family for most of his life. And when Shigesato Itoi created Mother, he kept that in mind, but he made it a little less scary in Mother. He really didn't seem to care in EarthBound, or should I say, Phil Sandhop, the producer of the American version of EarthBound on the Super Nintendo. It appears that Shigesato Itoi thought it would be a good idea to give birth to the scariest boss in gaming history. Now, to me, it is really scary since I've seen it multiple times from like Chugga Conroy, not Red Panda Gamer, because he seems to have not finished his EarthBound Let's Plays, and I really hope he does, because his Let's Plays are really funny, especially when he does the Pokey voice. Hey, yes, don't be wrong. You're gonna. Okay, sorry. Okay, So there's also another thing that he was inspired by the scene. And some of you may not notice this. You might also notice the text that Gygas says when fighting his actual form, like the ziggy-zaggy thingy. Yeah. When fighting him, he will sometimes say things like, "It hurts, Nest," and "I feel good," and stuff like that. Or just Nest, Nest, I can't say that. Okay. Also, in the last part, when Gygas is fatally wounded, if you had a really good eye, you could kind of hear Gygas saying, "God help me," or "keep pushing," which is probably a reference to what he saw in childhood. Anyway, I'm actually starting to scare myself right now. Like, Gygas is going to start getting fatally wounded on my TV screen since... yeah. Also, the final room when you fight Gygas is supposed to... I don't know what it's supposed to resemble. I think it's supposed to resemble intestines. I don't know. Many people haven't been able to think of that. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Bye-bye.